All right, shalawam. First of all, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. That is Nizar Chud, GMS precepts. And real quick, I got a where's it? Oh, here it is. So I got an article here going into basically it's what's happening is I'll read the article. That's from the Wall Street Journal in Louisville. I remember that I put all these articles in the description. But you can see this year's being almost over. The DJ Trump has still been on a rampage with his policies, primarily against Jake, but all Americans. And what you see is happening is a mass migration happening. Right, this article says more middle income Americans are trying to make a new life overseas. Financial advisors say they have seen a surge in interest in residency abroad among clients looking to cut costs or change lifestyle, right? So, what's happening is this place is becoming more and more unlivable financially. It's becoming more and more um, unaffordable. You see, um, where is it? I got a few more articles on that too. Yeah, but it's not only with the Americans, right? It's also the foreigners that moved here, right? You had a lot of people from other born in other countries, and they come here to America for a better life because they're sold that dream, the so-called American dream, which at the point it was a prosperous, lucrative country, and in a certain ways it still is, right? But overall, it's becoming um, more of a burden. It's becoming more of uh, dealing with the unnecessary here, where you can go somewhere else. A lot of people are seeing you can, you know what, I can go somewhere else and be better off and not deal with all this bullshit, right? But this is all prophecy, man, because it even says that in Jeremiah, how Jeremiah, Isaiah, right? How there's going to be you're gonna have some people that are gonna flee back to their countries, man, right? Because why? Ultimately, this place is just becoming more and more wicked. But really, it's prophecy. Also, a lot of death is gonna come here. Like, and people see it. People can see the state that America is in now, and the state that it's we're projected to be in. Like, it's very clear in the next few months to up to a year, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And this is what we've been saying, starting with our apostles on down through the spirit of Yahawashi, how this place is becoming um, a bad place to be, right? Ultimately, because the Most High is going to destroy this place pursuant to Isaiah 34 and Jeremiah 51, which I have here on deck, and so forth, right? Um, so let's go here. Got a few articles. So this is one data what the data, and this is dated this August. What the data says about immigrants in the U.S. Right? Um, it says after more than 50 years of rapid growth, the nation's immigrant population is now in decline. For more than 50 years, let's think about that. So it says January 2023. Excuse me. In January 25, 53.3 million immigrants lived in the United States, the largest number ever recorded. In the ensuing months, however, more immigrants left the country or were deported than arrived. By June, the country's foreign born population had shrunk by more than a million people, marking its first decline since the 1960s. It says a new Pew Research Center analysis Census Bureau data finds that as of June 2025, 51.9 million immigrants lived in the U.S. 15.4% of all U.S. residents were immigrants, down from a recent historic high of 15%. 19% of the labor force were immigrants, down from 20%, and over 750,000 workers in January. So there's a decline, and all these immigrants, basically, this article is saying these immigrants are either leaving or not coming, or just getting deported, or being stopped from coming here altogether. That's why you see this major decline in immigrants, because this place is becoming a place not to live. Also, so on top of the immigrants, you've got regular old Americans that are born here, right? You have a financial advisors that see a surge in interest in the interest level of people wanting to leave here, and they blame certain things like cost of living, societal, and the political space is becoming very volatile, right? So a lot of people, they're going back to where their natives are from, or they're going back to um, a place where their dollar can stretch and is worth a lot more, you know. And some are giving up a lot of the luxuries that they have here in America, um, and just dealing with a lesser nation, right? Right, and they got a lot. They got plenty of those in the Caribbean, where your money goes farther there. Um, so let me instead of babbling on, let me go get the scripture, and I got the different translations here. But this is Jeremiah 51:9. It says, "We would not have healed Babylon, but she is not healed," and we know that's speaking of Babylon, aka America. America is becoming that place of confusion. You see, where it's not determined what a woman is anymore, and the gender roles are reversed. You see, and you have Edomites in rulership. Like this place is, and you have, you know, false physicians or physicians of no value. You have, you know, the Skittles Rainbow Coalition. Like it's a bunch of confusion here. You see, right? So this place is without a shadow of a doubt Babylon, but it is already done. It there's no healing it. Right? What would have healed? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, right? And the Most High tells us that in Micah 2:10. It says flee from. It says leave her, man, right? Because this is a place that's gonna destroy you, even with a sword destruction, right? Like it says in Micah 2:10. It says, "Let us go, every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even onto the skies." Right? So, but here's a point. It says, "Forsake her," and it says, "Let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies." So the judgment that the Most High is going to set or place upon or has ready for America, that judgment is huge. You see? That judgment is huge, man. Right? Like you hear the saying a lot, like I've had it up to here with you, man. The Most High has had it up to the sky concerning Edom, concerning Babylon, concerning the wickedness that it pushes here. Right? So let's read the other versions real quick. It says, in NIV, it says, "We could have helped her if we could, but nothing can save her. Let her go. Abandon her. Return now to your own land, for her punishment reaches to the heavens. It is so great it cannot be measured." You see? And that's beautiful. It's read, or it's read like that, man, because there's no turning back. There's no making amends that the Esau or Babylon can do concerning the children concerning the children of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's nothing amendment or mending they can do towards the Most High, right? In their defense, the Most High has a judgment set, and it's already written. The Most High is gonna destroy this place, and that's it. That's the end. There's no diversion they can do. There's no amount of money they can give to the Most High, right? The Most High has it already set for His word's sake that He's gonna totally destroy America and totally enslave the rulers of America, rulers of Europe, right? Which are the Edomites. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed." This is NIV. "We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. Let us leave her and each go to our own land, for her judgment reaches to the skies. It rises as high as the heavens." Okay? And let's see here. This is another article. I'll leave it in the, or this is like a research. I'll leave this in the description also. "I don't want to be here, returning from US to Mexico," and Moshe says that. Right, so I got that. 8 things we learned about migrant returns and reintegration. I read that. So let me see. Let me look at this. I got an article. I looked this up with chat, and it says all right. So it's 2 things. There's 2 parts to it, right? So these are articles. I asked about a breakdown of this article. And it gave me similar articles of Americans wanting to leave this place and finding or looking for a home abroad, right? Then I asked ChatGPT, "Can you find articles showing that people born in other countries fleeing back to their country?" He said, "Yes, I found several." And here are the articles: Return Migration and Conceptual Framework. Broader key theme: returning may include children born abroad. The experience may involve trauma or cultural adjustments. 8 things we learned about migrant returns and reintegration. Anyway, so it says here, for your interest in migration, this is how much. Yeah. Um. There is also a converse dynamic. Immigrants are those born abroad, choosing or forced to return to their country of origin or leave the host country. This dynamic can reflect cost, lifestyle decisions, but also policy constraints, emotional, cultural factors, integration difficulties, and forced removal. Understanding both sides of moving out and returning gives a fuller picture. Right, so there's plenty of reasons why people want to leave, but we know according to the scriptures, according to prophecy, it's prophecy that people are going to want to leave because things are going to get so bad here, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Right, so I looked up, I saw this article, and I said, this is the first scripture I thought of, right? More middle income, and so this sparked looking up articles that prove that foreigners that were from other countries came here for the better life or situation, and now they want to flee either back to their own country or back to a total new country, you know, because things are just so bad here. And if that person or certain people have foresight, they can see that it's only going to get worse, and they have the means to do so. They're going to leave, you know. Shit, I would leave, but I understand I have a spiritual responsibility to stay here, okay? To continue to be a voice of Yahawah, Yahawah, Yahawashi, man. You know, so I'm gonna stay right here, right? So, all right, that's pretty much it. Little Woman, you brothers and sisters were edified. I'll remember to leave these articles as many as I can in the description box. Until the next show, shalawam.